Yo, how's it going everyone? It's been a while. We didn't stream last Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. So this is the first time I'm streaming again. It was a little bit busy last week. Started with Saturday that I went to the Comic-Con. I did share, I think, 1 or 2 pictures on Twitter. But yeah, I was out all day and then I came home at midnight. Or around midnight, so I just fell straight into bed. And then Monday I had to go after something else. So yeah, I was still recovering. Well, not really recovering, but like saving my energy a little bit for the week because I still had to work Tuesday till Friday. And then Wednesday something else happened. So I had my car repaired, and after that the light started to show up again for my brake light, or how do you call it? So on your dash there are these warning lights, right? And if they flash red, it means, hey, you should probably check something out with your brakes. So I checked it out and I saw that the brake fluid was lower than it's supposed to be. So I just contacted the car dealer or like the garage to ask like, hey, is this supposed to happen? Do I have to just refill it? Do I have to get it checked out? Can I just fill any .3 brake fluid into it, or do I need something like the exact same fluid? Because you have different brands, right? But so far I didn't get an answer, so yay! But at least I did contact them that day, so it's in their system. So if they ever say like, oh, well, the brake repair was like 4 weeks ago, I can at least point out to them like, yeah, but I contacted you earlier, and you're just slow on it. So yeah, that's something I just had to do. Luckily, my energy levels are a little bit better today. So let's see how far we can get. Hopefully we can last quite a long time. I've actually been thinking about the napkin stuff. I'm not sure how to do it yet, but I want to give it a try to see how far we can go. So I think for the napkins, what you want is a grid, right? Mesh, we're gonna do a grid. And what is usually a napkin? I'd say a folded napkin could be good question actually. What is it? Not 10 centimeters. Is it like 15 centimeters? Let's look online to what the internet says is the normal size for a napkin. Oh, okay. You have cocktail napkins, and you have lunch napkins, and you have dinner napkins. So cocktail napkins are apparently 25 centimeters. So we can say 25 like this. If they're this big, is it better to divide by 10 or by a different number? Like if you divide by 25, that should make it easier, right? But I'm not sure. Let's see what it looks like right now if we edit it. So we need to take it out of here, of course. And we should probably also snap our cursor to the world origin and then snap our selection to the cursor so it's at least on the same height level, even if we move it around a little bit. So it's a little bit tough for me because I have never done any napkin folding for 3D modeling. So I'm thinking what would work. Because this is just the flat surface, right? But you want to make unique shapes. So what if we just duplicate it? And then we are gonna say, for example, we just want to remove this, for example. And then for this one, we want to bring it back in. Wait, I can't. Okay, now it's aligned. And then I want to bring it up by, for example, 2 millimeters. And then this side, I want to bring it up 1 millimeter. Okay. So if we now say object, mirror, no, array, and then we put it in the z-axis and then 0. So that means we get quite a few folds like this. And then imagine, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Let's see, displays, hook. Where is it? Simple deform. Bend. And then you can see it's bending like this, so it's in the wrong direction, right? But at least it gives us an idea of like, hey, we can bend an object in a cool shape. Let's see. We have Y and we have Z. I think it's gonna be the Y then. But why does it? Oh, how fancy! But why is it moving around? What if we do taper? What about the z-axis? I don't think it's going to be taper. Linear scale along z-axis. I think we need bend. But so far, we're only bending in this direction or in this direction. And that's not what we want. We want it to be this direction. Is it based on our movement? If we select everything and then, for example, we move everything over here. We get a pretty cool looking fan situation. But if it's gonna be bended like this, then we have to make it shorter and then mirror it to the other side as well. Okay, let's say object, snap cursor to selected, and then imagine we want to add a curve. Circle path, and we just want it like 5 centimeters, like a small one. What if we made add curve object, the Z? Nope. That's not it. That's not it. We're just gonna try them all just to see what the effect is. Oh, okay. So I think what we have to do is remove this, then first edit this to be the same. Oh, minus 25. And then minus 25, oh wait, minus, it is minus 50 then? I want this to rotate normally, so minus 45, and then we're gonna just probably move it upwards. Would that be the trick? Why is it moving? Check edit. That's not what I want. Oh, maybe simple deform has to go after? Oh. Let's go turn this off. So if we follow the curve, see how this happens. That's not good. That's not what we want. But we also can just rotate this, right? Because then it starts doing this weird stuff. What if we rotate the outside? Do I have to move it inward? So what would the value be then? It would be minus 100. No. 5. No. So it has to be somewhere in between. $12.5. That's the center. Okay. Back to object we go. If we remove this again and then start over again, it's gonna say that we want you to follow this one. It still does that weird thing. Why does it do that? That's not what I want you to do, though. Let's see, edit mode. The weird thing is, like, what I want for it to start over here and then fall outwards in that direction, but it's starting over here and it's falling out in this direction. How am I gonna solve that? Imagine if I say 90 degrees and then I say no. What if we change locations? For example, this one goes over there. This one goes over there. But how can I snap it? Oh, wait, can I? No, I can't do that. That's a little bit annoying. Because I wanted to snap to the 3D cursor. Minus 180. Maybe I should just redraw the curve. Maybe that's an idea. Let's delete this. And then we're gonna move you over here because we know there's a grid over here. And what if we then also say that our 3D cursor also starts over here? I think we have to make, yeah, we have to make this invisible for now. There it is, and there it is. Why is everything invisible now? Like this then? We add path, but the path is 10 centimeter. Okay. So what's gonna happen if we say you're gonna follow this? It does it again. It does it again. So what happens if I start modifying this then? Why is it doing such strange stuff? So let's say we rotate this thing. How is this moving? Like, what the hell is happening here? Look at this. Let's start with this surface. Imagine we say curve, and we're gonna say, I want you to follow this thing. Name of vertex groups which determines influence are of modifier per point. So if we set up a certain amount of points and only the points follow. Oh, okay, yeah, that also has to, okay. Is this it? Is this what we want? Why can't I grab the, there it is. If I edit it, what happens? Cool. Uh-huh. Okay. But But now imagine if we add this back. It doesn't like that. What if we set it before the curve? Oh shit, we're getting a shape. We're getting a shape. We're making progress. How much curve can I add then? I guess the curve also is based on the origin point, right? What happens if I move? What if we make the array thicker? Cool. I'm thinking. If we edit this and then... Okay, the more we do this, the more we get like the weird shape, right? And if you do this, it's going to be straight. So what happens if we do this? That's just for the inner part. What happens if we do... That looks sort of nice for an idea. But it would be nice if the top would actually connect backwards again. Can we do that? No, it's just gonna fold into itself. So that means we have to go to the other side, this one, and have to add something like this. So what happens if we move this by... Oh, it really doesn't like that, huh? So what the ideal situation would be is if it... Wait, let me add the mirror. Where's the mirror? There it is. The ideal situation is if we could mirror it to the other side. For that to work, if you just move everything like this, and then do it like this. Okay. And then what if we connect this? Can we extrude? Yes, we can. Look at that. You just have to be very careful about the distance of stuff. So maybe it's like a subdivide thing. Oh. Damn, it's very fragile, huh? Okay, let's go back. Because there's too much. Clutter with that. Let's see. If we change it to the UI, it will be bad. If we change it to the Z, it'd also be bad. If we change minus Y, it would also be pretty bad. So Y, no, minus X. What about normal X? Normal X is the only way to sort of get this to work. What if we subdivide this area? Can we rotate this? Nothing happens at the end, huh? Okay. This one also did little, but this one still has some effect to it. This one. Oh shit. Wait, what if we fold it to the side? Seems to be touching at the top again. Not entirely what I'm looking for just yet, but almost. Okay, we got a shape. We got a shape. Now we have to do the inward part. Oh shit, that looks cool, but it's not what not what we're looking for. Let's go up. It's a little bit annoying that if this goes up, then this also messes up. Is there something we can do with the order of stuff? So first we have the array, okay. Then we have to deform and then we have to curve in the mirror. What if we do it the other way around? That's an interesting shape. I don't know what to use that for. I'm seeing something. But is this what I want? Oh, it's a little bit big. There's nothing I can do with like tapering, right? Oh, wait, I can. Yo. Now, Roger, hey, I thought you were on YouTube only. No, I'm multi-streaming these days. Welcome. How you doing? Wait, I should probably... Yeah, let's see if the command actually works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Let's see if I can do a shout out. I'm still getting used to the whole Twitch stuff. Let's see if it works. Please work. Please work. Is it working? Is it working? God damn it. Doesn't seem it's working. Cold, caffeinated, curious about what you do in Blender. Oh, so what I'm doing in Blender is I'm trying to make like cutlery and dinnerware. It has to be small letters. Oh, let me try again then. Hey, thanks for the tip. You were playing Stardew Valley. Nice. You've been playing that a lot, right? But yeah, so what I do in Blender these days is pretty much make like, how do you call it? Like the cutlery and dinnerware kind of stuff. So this is what I made so far in like the previous streams. So it looks very simple, but this took quite some effort to like get all the bends and all the nice shapes ready. And then we also have chopsticks and we have like different forks. We have some knives with different edges. We have like a pure sharp edge. We have like a butter knife, and then we have like the raw sawtooth like structure. We also have different plates that we made, and also cups. We got some mugs. We got some sugar holder or like sugar container. And we have one of those restaurant things as well, where you have like the salt, the pepper, and the sugar, and then the other one you have like the oil and the what is it called, the soy sauce, that sort of stuff. And then in the center you have like the menu card. That's what I'm pretty much working on. The reason I'm working on that is because I want to make a lot of these small detailed objects, so I can actually reuse them in the future. So over here, what I discovered is that you can open up the asset browser, and if you have assets, they should show up here if you're working on a different type of file, and then you can just drag and drop it into your scene. So that's what I'm pretty much working on for this stuff. Is like I want to make all these assets and then make them plug and play pretty much. Like I want to make them ready that I just have them saved up in here in an asset list, and whenever I make a scene or like 3D environment in the future, I can just drop it into my scene, and that should really improve my workflow for 3D scenes. Like if I want to make a restaurant room, or if I want to do a kitchen scene or that sort of stuff, then I could just reuse all these assets in the future. At least that's the plan, right? So at the moment I'm trying to make a neat looking napkin design, but I'm kind of struggling here, to be honest. Like napkin is so weird, right? Like you have all those weird folding techniques, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can do like a way where there's like a band in the middle, and then you have like the paper folding out, and then in the center there's another clip that holds it together. But I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling hard. And you can see, like, if I start moving stuff, it suddenly starts to move in very weird angles. But yeah, something that I want is like something close to this at the top, but then this at the bottom. So that's what I've been working on. I haven't been playing a lot of games lately, to be honest. How about you? You usually play with our fellow blue dog Vtuber, right? It's funny, I contacted, I talked to her before I started streaming, but I have never collabed with her. Yeah. So I was like talking to Sion way before, but in all this time I have not yet collabed with them or even asked, because I'm not sure like if they're okay with that. But I forgot to stream because I learned how to post stuff in Blender. Ooh, are you doing like the Vtuber model stuff in Blender? Are you trying to make something? I have not touched my my Vroid model in a long while. No, I kind of wanna. Oh, well, there is something simple you can do. Is you can start in Vroid, and from Vroid you can export your 3D model into Blender, and then it already has like the base joint structure or like bone structure that you can then use to modify everything else. Wait, maybe I should. Let's see if I can save. I'm not sure if I can easily access my... let's see, open. I can probably look for my 3D model. No, those are the drinks. I think I'll learn how to rig instead, to be honest. I gotta learn at some point. I got my arm on working on rough images. Oh. Have you ever done 3D modeling before? Like, just the shapes? Or are you going in blind? It's not this one. Not that one. Blender file. I think it's this. Might be this one. Do you want to open? There we go. At the moment, my model is invisible. I'm not sure why. Ah, there it is. It's a little bit on the laggy side. I should probably close this. As you can see, quite the amount of bone structures for your hair and everything. Let's see if it actually wants to load with textures. Oh, it's dark. What if I put on the shading? It's probably gonna lag out for a bit. But yeah, you can just play around with your Blender model and then start adding things to your model from there on. Like for me, when I started I started with Vroid and then I started learning Blender after that. So what I did is I started adding things to my model after using Vroid as a base. So for example, this mask that I made, it's a little bit hard to see with all the extra bone structure, but this is like the mask that I made afterwards and it fits pretty well. I think I also have, let's see, I can turn this off. And there's also the clown stuff. Which actually works on my 3D model. I can have it as a toggle. I tried making horns, but I wasn't really satisfied with the result so far. Like just kind of toggle things that would be funny to use, right? I started with a semester in Maya at university, did some modeling, texturing, and compositing in real life footage. Oh, sweet. For me, I'm entirely self-taught in Blender. I just opened the software one day and started following tutorials and hoped for the best. My background is more in construction engineering, and for that you tend to use like Autodesk, AutoCAD, which is more like 2D drawing, right? And then I noticed like the limitations of Autodesk, AutoCAD, and I was looking around and I saw Maya, but then I saw the price tag of the software and was like, hell no, I'm not gonna pay like $1,000 a year just to learn the software. I'm gonna start with something cheaper. And then I saw Blender. I was like, hey, that's the thing my wallet likes. And it's like multifunctional because it's also nice for 3D printing, which is something I also want to do more of in the future. But I did a little bit in the past, but I think it would be cool to make like cosplay props in the future. But that's probably gonna take a while before I'll get to that point. Or I have my very cool headphones. But yeah, whenever I work in Blender, I also try not to use my 3D model, because if you work in Blender and have like 3D applications working in the background, it's gonna eat up a lot of your system. And I noticed that I tend to crash more if I have my, how do you call it, like my motion tracking software on. So that's why I'm just using a PNG for these kind of Blender streams. I don't mind suffering. I do my renders in AMD GPU. Wait, but does that mean you're actually planning to be like a 3D model VTuber, or because at the moment you're still using the PNG, right? I don't know yet. I got a rig PNG. Yeah, so I wasn't sure what you were gonna use. My focus right now has been non-VTubing. Oh, really? So what's your new focus then? I've been a little bit busy like the last 3 weeks, so I haven't really caught up on most of VTubing, grown-up stuff. Like a daytime job kind of things. Man, I relate. I had some stuff with my car going on, and I had some stuff with work that I had extra work or overwork. How do you call it? Like over hours, extra time, and that kind of affected how much free time I had for VTubing. I mean, kind of Blender stuff you can't show on account with mine. Oh, that kind of Blender render. Wait, do you work as like an 18 plus artist? Nah? Okay. Just dabbling. Just experimenting. Yeah, and you don't want to accidentally like turn on or off a layer and then get your Twitch account banned, right? Understandable. I think for my model, I just turned off the skin model. Like what I did for my outfit is like I actually turned off the textures for the body underneath the clothing, so that if the clothing is removed, it just shows like transparency. There's no skin layer underneath the clothing anymore. So it's just a floating head at that point. I figured that would be the safest, so no kind of clipping or problems would ever occur in the future. Smart. Yeah! I've also seen some 3D VTubers. What they did is like they put in like a cube, and then they parented it to the model, and they put the cube just on the crotch, pretty much, so it blocks everything in that area. And I think they also did a box or like a rectangle at the chest area if it was a female model, and that also prevented a lot of problems from occurring. But I guess it also makes it harder for you to make clothing because you don't see what you're working on because it's hidden behind a box. Luckily, I'm more like an environmental or object kind of 3D modeler. I don't really do much with like humanoid shapes or like animals, humans, organic shapes. I really like my construction stuff. So that's why I'm starting with like the whole asset library with like the plates and the forks and that sort of stuff. And I think that could be neat in the future if I could make some backgrounds that are like fully animated. Wait, maybe I can show you. So I did Blender before for a background, but the background is like pretty static, right? There's no movement. And when peeking at someone else's channel, I saw like, oh, that looks so cool if the background is animated, right? I was thinking like, I should add that kind of stuff. Even if it's like imagine if you have like a light on a cord, if the lamp is like slowly swinging back and forth or like left to right, or the camera is like slowly going up and down, just to have a little bit of extra motion effect to it, so it's not a fully static image, then it looks already like so much more alive. I tried to how do you call it, like imitate it with my current bar scene, but I hope to upgrade it. Let me show you what it looks like. Hopefully we don't get all weird clipping issues when I switch scene. Let's see. My 3D model is off, so you probably won't see me in that scene. So yeah, this is what I normally use as my close-up 3D scene. And then my 3D model would be slightly right from the center. And then I also have a zoomed out version. And I do have like a slight light flicker effect in the center on the sign. But that's something I just did in After Effects afterwards. But I want to actually make it properly 3D animated. maybe even update the bar a little bit to add more visuals to it, or like more rooms. Actually 3D model the entire bar instead of just the well, this area. Should be easy enough for you. Yeah. I already have a base. Like, I already made this before, so I can just expand on it. But it just takes a lot of time. Like, even like just making these bottles back in the day, I wasn't really sure what I was doing, so I didn't do it the most in the most productive way. I think I'm used too much how do you call it, like pixels or vertices for it. So this scene is very laggy, so I think I have to remake the bottles to be more low poly, or to shave off some of those polygons. Neon lights are pretty harsh though. I feel that emissive light makes every render take twice as long. Yeah. Neon lights is very tough. But it does look nice. I really like the vibe of like the neon lights, because I have that whole cyberpunk aesthetic thing I want to chase after. You can see it in my overlay as well. It's like this overlay I also made myself in Illustrator and After Effects, and just imported it into OBS. So I hope I can just continue going forward with that kind of style and add more to it. That means, sadly enough, that I need a lot of neon lights. I need a lot of metallics, which means a lot of reflection. And because it's cyberpunk and not like glorified or like utopian sci-fi, it means it has to be scratched metal, right? Or rusted metal or weathered metal. So that's gonna be tough also for material making, because I have to make all those materials as well. Who knows, maybe once I'm done with the asset pack building, maybe I can one day sell it as well on like a VGen kind of website. That's why I want to be sure that I'm making everything myself. I mean, you can always, like, if you just want to use it as a consumer, then you can always like buy packs, right? Asset packs. But if you plan to sell in the future, or give it to other people, then you have to be sure that everything you make is by your own hands. I would like to sell asset packs at some point. Hey, sweet. What kind of style would you go after then? Would you go after like fantasy, or like what is it? Dark fantasy, or aquatic, or modern? Or you can just go after whatever. Haven't thought that far. For me, it's like I want to at least make stuff modern, and then also add like sci-fi elements, or like sci-fi cyberpunk elements to it. I made like an entire list of like mundane items that I have to make for that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. Asset list. So, for example, of like simple objects that I need is shelves / cases, lockers, vending machines, window frames, door frames, jukebox, electric, socket, water cooker, rice cooker, heater, boiler installation, sound installation, a table, chairs, TV screens, partitions, umbrella holders, trash can, trash container, trash bags. I need change, I need ice cube containers, I need plants, snacks, soda cans, soda bottles, a water faucet, a sink, electrical wiring, lights, coasters, candles, like everything pretty much. Like I just used my imagination to think like, what would I find in like a cafe, a bar, or restaurant area, and then what would I find on the street, what would I find in the kitchen, and then I just started mapping it out, like, or like writing it all down. So it's like a huge to-do list now of like small assets that I have to build. And I figured might as well start small with like the fork and the knife, and then just go bigger and bigger, because you can of course reuse those assets in your bigger assets, right? Like if you make a shelf, then you can put your plates inside the shelf and then fill it up, and suddenly it looks way more alive. I think that was the problem that I had earlier, is that I just made scenes and then I actually had to add a lot of detail to those scenes, but because you still wanted to finish the project in a timely fashion. Let's see, open, don't save. Since you still wanted to end the project within a certain time frame, I felt like I was rushing or not working up to my potential. That was in the detail and deliberate imperfections we make. Yeah. So that's also it with like materials, right? If you have like a perfect reflective plate, that's not realistic. You need like small micro scratches on it to make it look more realistic. Let's see if I can find another one. Oh, this is one of the first ones. I'm not sure if it's gonna load correctly. So this was when I was just fucking around and didn't know really how to do stuff, but it sort of worked. As you can see, it's like an outdoor scenes. And here that like an old vending machine and a drum. Like some sci-fi looking lamppost. Very composed, much wow. Yeah, see, and then this one is hanging crooked because hey, it's messed up. And then of course you don't have like a perfect straight road, so I bended it to the left. Let's see how much my computer will lag if I turn on the shading. It's loading. It's loading. I'm not sure if it's stuck now. Oh, it's adding the lights in the backgrounds. That's also the neat thing about like adding textures to I just call it like skyscraper textures to like shapes in the background. You don't have to be as detailed with it, as you can see. But for the close by stuff, yeah, you have to put in some more effort. But yeah, this was my, I think, first actually Blender file where I started using textures. I don't know if you saw it, but I made a Neko arc shitpost a few weeks ago, similar theme. Really? The Neko arc, where was she from again? It's the tiny cat chibi, right? Was it Fate? I think they show up in Fate, right? Oh yeah, there it is. I can move around again. But here you can see it's like you don't have to literally make every building. You just have to make it look right from the front. It's like theater, right? Nobody cares for the back side of the theater props. You just have to work at the front side. So it's literally just like an object like this. That makes it look from a distance as if it's like an actual 3D thing, but if you go through it, you actually see like, oh, the highway goes nowhere. There's nothing here. Or even like the connection points for the metallic insulation, it ends nowhere. Layers upon layers. Yeah. And then, of course, in the background, it's like very low poly. So it's pretty much like textures. Textures on textures. With like light blobs to it. But it works, right? That's what matters. The other thing is like these buildings over here are literally just copies of buildings over here, but like rotated or texture swapped. Foreground, middle ground, background. Yeah. And that's how I ended up with this. As a first impression of like the world that I wanted to build. I wanted to be like, I call it like a dark world. Cyberpunk aesthetic. But then with like hell vibes to it. Imagine if I were to go for world building, I'd say you have to imagine like, well, maybe not exactly Doom Eternal, but if you somehow took some Doom Eternal aesthetics and then added it to like cyberpunk, like supernatural cyberpunk. That's the vibe that I'm going for. So not just like humans and robotics. No, there's also like demons and devils walking around. But yeah, that's pretty much one of my first scenes, and I think the second one is don't save. This is the second one, as you can see. And then I have multiple cameras set here because for the angles here. If you look at the chairs weren't even made. It's just the headrest or like the backside of the chair that sticks out of the table. Also, I did something very wrong with like the ceiling here. It's like there's a lot of detail in there. A little bit too much detail, I think. Like you can see literal, like all those little holes in there. That sucks up a lot of... How do you call it? Like... system? Polygon economics. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really care at that point for that, or I didn't know how to like look out for that kind of stuff. So here you can pretty much see like, oh, this is like my 3D scene that I just showed as a PNG background. But it would be nice if like these lights here would be swinging, well, not really swinging this big, but like slightly swaying as if there's like a breeze or some wind, or these chains just like moving slightly back and forth, or like reflection in the glasses, as if like there might be a window on the left side that cars are driving by, and then you see like a slight reflection here in the glass, like something that adds a little bit of movement to the scene, right? I think that would be nice. The big thing would be if you had, for example, like some kind of window over here, and then you saw like silhouettes, like black silhouettes of people walking around as if you saw part of the street. I think that could also be cool. That should probably just be a bomb map, definitely. Yeah, but you have to start somewhere, right? You can't learn if you don't make mistakes. I think that's in the end the easiest way to understand what works and what doesn't work, by just trying it out, giving it a try. If I would just study it, I'd probably forget it, but now that I actually physically experience it, it's like, yeah, I'm not ever gonna do that again. And when I be right back, feel free to go back to your work. Hey, thanks, yeah. And thank you for dropping by. But yeah, I'm multi-streaming these days on YouTube and on Twitch. The chat on screen above me is also connected to both YouTube and on Twitch. It's a little bit of a silent day today. It's also because I haven't been streaming the last week. I skipped the Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. Let's see. Let's go back to our work file. There we go. Don't save it. We are still messing this thing up. Let's see if I move this. edit mode. It is still now perfectly on this little bit. What happens if we try to edit this? And we, for example, extrude it. This is a little bit annoying. How would I increase the curvature of this thing? What happens if I move upwards? If I do this, then it starts to add everything to upwards. I could also do a little bit more of this. Welcome back, by the way. Or I could just do it manually if I applied the modifiers. At least we have like a decent base shape, right? Because the thing that's mostly wrong is this central bit, I think. Decisions. You know what? Let's try to go for this. At least it looks kind of decent. We can overlap a ring over this area so it looks connected. And then we do the rest manually. I think that would probably be the best. That means we have to, let's see. We have to apply this. And or do we have to do it in the reverse order? Because now it's looking kind of weird again. Yep, that's the wrong order. Okay, apply. Apply. Also doesn't want to work, huh? Why are you being so weird? Apply, apply, apply. Okay, we got it. So now we turn on mirror and we do edit. And we can slightly move you outwards. And then we can probably grab this. There's probably an easier way to like to grab all of them at the same time, but this works as well. Okay, let's say that's decent. Then we're gonna object snap cursor to selected. Does it work? It doesn't want to go there because it has to go to the center. Okay, wait, maybe if I do this. Object. Wait, maybe I can do it the other way around. I can snap the selection to the cursor like this. And then I can add a cylinder. The cylinder has to be pretty small. So let's say 30 by 20 as a starting point. Uh-huh. And then I want to rotate it 90 degrees. Edit mode, scale it. Put it over there. Then scale it in this angle. Then delete the faces over there. And then should I solidify it or? 2 millimeters. 1 millimeter? Uh-huh. And then I think we can add a bevel as well. I think there has to be something in the middle here. So you don't accidentally see the exact center of this thing. I think we can loop cut that. Oh. What if we loop cut it twice? Like this. And now, how does it look if we make everything thick again? Decent enough. We can just make the inside area here black, so it doesn't really get noticed unless you're like super up close. Now this one, you still have to make it smoother. But we also have to preserve the shape, right? We should also add some thickness to it. Even 1 millimeter would be much. 1.5 millimeter maybe. Do we add it above the subdivide? We can just grab these edges. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's another wrong one. We just want to grab these. And then I think it was Control Shift E. It is Control Shift E, but why is it not changing? It's because of these. Doesn't seem like it. Is it because of an overlap or something? If I delete this edge, there's still an edge over there. But even if I do this, it's still acting weird. Is there something else I could add? I don't think it should be bevel, but we can try it. At the backside, it's just decent. It's just at the front side, it's like acting weird. Because if you think about it, this actually isn't connected, right? It's just overlapping. So I think that's why it's getting confused on it. So how would I make it that the overlapping vertices are extrude, bevel. Edges. I mean, I could do this, maybe. Open loop, close loop. It's not really a loop though. It's just two sides. Wait, if I do this and then press F, no, it also doesn't want to work. Press this and F. It does sort of wanna. It's trying so many things at the same time. Yeah, that's not what we want. Ooh. Although, officially speaking, it's not correct to do it this way because it would still look kind of weird, right? If you do this, it starts to do weird stuff over here. How do you call it again? Merge? Is there something for merging? Oh, here. Okay, so imagine if I do this, then do... It's not recognizing it. Merge at last. And that's pretty much what I have to do with all of them if I want to make it look nice. Because then it actually does it correctly, otherwise you're gonna have these weird indents. Yeah, I just select all of them. Yes, and then move it a little bit like this. And now we just start connecting these. Oh, I can just press M at last. M last. Nope. Less. And that's it. That's what I wanted. And then we can remove the bevel. Should I... let's see if I can do this. Shade it smooth. There's still like little holes in between though. I don't like that. What can I do against this? Panic and bridge them. Oh. Yeah, I tried bridging them before, but then you get that weird looking thing, right? Although that's mostly if you just move it. Does that mean I have to go select every vertex now? Yeah, this is above my pay grade. Wait, you're getting paid for this? Oh my god. Nah, I have to do it for every vertex here that's overlapping. I hate that. No. Suffering. Although, how well can you see that from a distance? That's also the question, right? But if you only look from a distance, why bother with high polygon model? It's not that high. The subdivision is only at 2. Maybe you only see it from that side. Like from this side, you don't see it. Or you don't really notice it. Oh, yeah, there it is. You have to be very close up to notice it, but from far away, you don't really notice it. So what was that other thing? I think it was this one. If I turn that to... What would that be? What would that be? 25? No, 12? Maybe? So if I move you down, it shouldn't just pick you. 25 millimeters. It has to be bigger. Let's go for 50. Oh. It has to be bigger. Are we going to... I wouldn't say 250. 150? Oh, that's a very steep turn. Let's see. Smooth. I think that works. I'm just testing out the shapes, like what would look interesting, but I'm not sure yet. I don't think it should move forward. What if you move it in this direction? Damn. It's actually kind of cool how you can make these kind of objects. I think this is enough for now. Like, at least it sort of feels like there's weight to it, right? There's like gravity working on this end, so it's actually folding back down again. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Hmm. What if it's like half the size? Like, I don't want to make it too big. What I can also do is just return to this later and fix up this thing. Is there an easy way where you can just select everything and say like, oh, I want the overlapping things, the overlapping vertices to merge? Blend, crease, smooth. Let's see if I can find that online. Google, help me. Send help. Merge overlapping vertices. Merge by distance. It's on the mesh options all the way to the topmost corner of the window. It's called auto merge editing. Wait, what? Mesh. Auto merge. Oh, here, merge. Is it by distance? Merge vertices based on their proximity. 0.1. Let's make it even smaller. Well, it sort of worked. We just have to deal with this weird thing over here. It's only the top view that does this. Is it the solidify? It's not coming from the solidify. Maybe it's coming from the subdivision then. Oh, wait. Or it could be coming from over here. If we bring that down to normal again, it's gone. Uh-huh. Subdivision. Do I want a bevel? It's also a question. No, that's not what I want. So you don't want it before the subdivision, because then this sort of stuff happens. You want it to happen. Wait, what if I do it before the solidify? Oh, yes. Before the solidify also counts. Sweet. Then what about if we do this and make this sharp? that is allowed. I think we solved it. We got a decent looking napkin thingy thing. Some fancy table decorations. Maybe a little bit over the top, but hey, it's something, right? I think I'm gonna research some other napkin designs, maybe off stream, and see what kind of shapes I can also make, because there's also the cone, right? Like the triangle kind of setup. Or just a rolled up one where there's like a knife, a fork, and a spoon wrapped up together, I think. Hey, Aiko, how you doing? Been a while. Let's see. Napkin holder. A napkin holder should be easy, I think. What we can reuse for the napkin holder is this thing, I think. You can just duplicate object. X. Put it over here. And then move it from there to its own shape. And then for the napkins, what we need is just, I think, move this one. Oh, move this one down. Good, finish leveling up my French mage. Ah, your red mage. Did you have fun? How do you level your classes? No. Let's see. Because what I do with leveling is there's the daily leveling duty, and then I know about like Palace of the Dead, but I don't know anything else for Final Fantasy 14 that allows you to level up quickly. If I delete these two, can I then why doesn't this want to snap? Maybe I should just delete these two. And then do this. And then grab all of these. You can level up by doing dungeons? Oh, so you just run dungeons all day then? Or... Of course you need to redo it sometimes. What would be a good way to connect this bit? Like, do I make a circle or do I make it like snap like this? I guess this is fine. Also, we should probably connect this to this parent object. So if you now move this thing, it should move the entire thing. And then we're gonna say parent, clear parent, and then grab this and snap selection to cursor. There we go. It depends how much willpower I have left. I am very lazy, and I know I don't have a deadline, so what I do is just log into the game. Just log into Final Fantasy 14, just do my daily mission, my daily duty for leveling up. I do maybe some MSQ, and that's it. I noticed that grinding isn't really a thing in Final Fantasy 14, so I stayed away from that. Like in other MMOs, like World of Warcraft back in the day, I remember just killing. How do you call it? Like packs of gorillas just in Stranglethorn Vale to level up. But yeah, the XP is pretty bad in Final Fantasy. Duplicate. Edit. Oh. See, I think we can do the same array trick here again, right? Array. Can I mirror that? Maybe array it more. Can I then solidify it? Make it 0.5. Scale it some more. Does this look like a napkin holder? I'm not sure. Certainly holding something. So I guess it's a little bit hard to see if everything's gray, right? Like, I guess it shows better once you add some light to it. Like if you zoom in, you can definitely see like, oh, there's like all these kind of layers. Or should I... I wonder if I do too many arrays, it would probably... be too much, right? Now I'm going to level up my summoner and then my emo knight. Alright. Damn, you're on a leveling spree, huh? Okay, so what if I apply this? And then edit. And then I say I want to grab this. And I want to grab this. And also for this. Oh, I want to grab this and this. And then this. And this. And then can I turn this maybe on and then move it outwards? No, if I do that, then just everything moves. That's not what I want. Then that means I have to make it smaller. For example, 50. That makes more sense, but not enough yet. So it has to be even smaller than that. Then of course you also have to do that for the top. Oh, I get it. Okay, I need to add a loop cut. Think like this. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. Okay, let's see if we move it now, what happens? It still does the... Why does it do the entire thing? When I only want... So the reason I put this into a grid is so that not the entire object would move out, but it's still moving out the entire object at the moment. So what's going on here? Like if I do it in the other way, you can see it's like, oh, this one stays behind, right? But if I do it in this direction, it doesn't. I'm trying to get all the war and magic classes to level 70 before I get out of free trial. Ah. Yeah, I still have to level up a healer as well. But I've been very lazy with that. Because I don't like playing healer. It's my bane. Let me just turn it off. Okay, I think we have to go back a bit. Undo. Then we go back to the point where before we applied the array. Can we or can't we? Yeah, I think officially seen we would have to apply the loop cut to like all these layers, which is something I don't want to do. What if it's just the like 5 outer layers? Mesh. Merge. By distance. This distance. And then we do loop cut. We do it on this one. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then we're gonna say, we're gonna grab this. Oh, that's a little bit too much. I'm gonna grab this. This. Okay, I think we grabbed some stuff. Let's see how it works. Scooter's a good choice then, because you have a healer Autobot and Scooter mainly focused on giving shield. Hey, that would be nice. Subdivision. Oh no. We can't have that. Look how weird it looks. Wait, we can shade smooth this, right? Nope. We can't. Wah. Darn it. Let's see. Another way to do this is just to put a block in there and then have it textured so it looks as if it's like a lot of napkins. I think that might be the easier option. Let's go with that. Object, add a mesh cube, 25 millimeters. I think in the end that's gonna be the simple solution. Like this. It might not be as charming, but it works. It's just a block, and then we need a texture here with like a lot of vertical stripes, and then here as well, and then here as well, and then on this side we can just have a napkin color texture pretty much. And then of course the holder, this thing, we could make that out of reflective metal or like a matte black, depending on the color of the napkin. I think that would be the best solution for this one. Now there is something else that we could do. Where is it? Where is it? Edit. Loop cuts. Like this. Also, leveling up your scholar also levels up your summoner class. Wait, is it like they share a class or something? No, not this one. And this is too much again. 25. You just have to find that like sweet spot. 15. Looks decent. Oh, gosh darn. I have to grab this. How do I then select everything that's in between? Select edge loop, ring, select loop in a region. There it is. We learn in. Yes. And then we apply a mirror. This. Can we smooth it? That looks kind of weird. We can't smooth it. There we go. Does it mean we have to... do this then, and then just pick the edges. I think we have to work with this. There's something weird going on here though. Oh, okay. So maybe it's because this also has to be seen as strict. I'm guessing it's like this. Could be wrong. Who knows? And then we could use a new material. Shading. For this one. Was it like a blinder? Texture. Add texture. I think we can use a brick layer for this. I'm not sure. Oh shit! Who's dropping by? Hey, Isetrin! How you doing? Party of 4, wow. Searching for tea leaves? Ooh. Yeah, I should actually make a tea asset. How's everyone doing today? Did you have a good stream? What were you playing? I did the... Let's see. I did the shout out before, so it should work again, right? I hope. You were playing Among Us. Amogus. Yeah, have a good collab stream. Oh, sweet. How many people did you play with? I'm trying to make a napkin kind of thing here. JP Among Us, Japanese. Ah. Wow, 12 players? Must be chaos then. Were you mostly the like the traitor, or were you the innocent one? And did you get vaulted? That's what they call it, right? Vaulted or kicked out? I'm mostly crew, but I got imposter once. Ah, how did it go for you? Did you manage to kill a lot of your crewmates then? I killed one. And then you got caught, or... Or it wasn't that bad? Okay, I think we got a base shape here. I didn't get caught, but I was too anxious and forgot who I killed. Really? Wait, will you be... if you're playing in a group of 12 people, does that mean you're... you have other traders on your side, right? So you kill as a group, I think? Maybe? UV. Also, I'm still struggling with this thing here. Generated. So if I say napkin layers as a name, 3 imposters. Oh damn! I have never played Among Us. Like on one hand, it looks interesting, but I think I'd get trust issues if I played that game too much. I could no longer trust my friends after playing Among Us with them. Wait, what if it's like UV? If it's UV, it looks like this, huh? We should do international collab, try to understand each other using your own language. You want me to speak Dutch? Yo, there's only a very small amount of people that can understand Dutch in the world. I'd get screwed over then. Like, imagine you're like from England, then, oh yeah, everyone understands you if you can speak English. Or Japanese, like a lot of people at least know a few words Japanese in the VTubing community, right? Ik ben het niet. Ik ben onschuldig. Like that sort of stuff. You probably wouldn't know what I'm saying, right? Can I rotate it by exactly 90 degrees? Uh-huh. Then we do it like this. Then for this one, oh, I think I made a mistake there. Let's go back, let's go back. Undo, 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 undo. Okay, so I have to grab this one, and I have to grab this one at the same time. And then grab all, and then rotate. Also, if you're not sure what I'm doing, I'm trying to make a napkin holder because I'm working on 3D assets so that I can easily use them in the future if I want to decorate a scene. Probably Ian will speak Ian, JP will speak JP, Japanese. Meanwhile, if you understand both Ian and JP, you have to speak using another language. That would be funny though. Would you say that the game, like, have you played like the other game? What is it called? Duck Duck Goose? Is it very different compared to that game? Okay, I think we're gonna do this. And 5.5 on the scale. And then we're gonna grab these. Oh, we missed one. One. Wait, what's happening here? One, then 5.5. Uh-huh. Let's see, it's easy. Also, Discord have a bot that can auto-mute all of us. We can try once next time at Off Collab. Wait, Off Collab? Wait, doesn't that, doesn't Off Collab mean you have to visit each other? Oh, wait, no, that's offline collab, right? I'm getting confused here. Ah, why is it everything is invisible? Man, if you press 3 when in the wrong mode, suddenly everything turns invisible. Where is it? Where is it? Cutlery, dinnerware. There it is. Why aren't you visible yet? What's going on? Plates? Hello? Where's my napkin holder? Oh, there. Other. Okay. We're back in the game. UV. How do I change this though? Edit mode. If I say that this. Also, I feel like when I get rated more, I should definitely make like a. I saw this at another streamer where they have like a portfolio showcase. Like they have this animation that runs where they show all their previous work, so they can give an introduction to whoever rated them. If they have like new viewers who don't know who I am, I think I should definitely spend some time on making that, so people can actually quickly see like, oh shit, he makes like amazing 3D stuff. It keeps like resurfacing on my mind, like that I have to do that. But then at the same time, I also want to just work on this. They did update some new tags, so probably don't know how to do it. Even the imposter got updated. Really? Didn't they also get like a new map? Like an entirely new map? Pass, assign, new, napkin pattern. So add color. Is color attribute? No, it's not color attribute. It is. Is it RGB? RGB. Yes, that goes in here. So we can say like, oh, we want blue napkins, for example. But then, how do I move this color thing to also? Is it make a group? Group input, group output, color. Can I then have add group input? How would I do this? I'm going shower, so I'll be lurking. All right, thank you very much for dropping by and sending your raid over here. It's much appreciated. And I also shouted you out, so everyone who was still here, do check out Usetsu Rin. They are a lot of fun to spend time with. They play usually Final Fantasy, right, on your channel? And apparently now also Among Us. Ooh. Okay, so if I attach this to the normal, what happens? And then if I Add input attributes. Retrieve attribute attached to object or geometry. No. There was a way to grab something from a different node group. Yes, yes, that's it. We found it. Was it a bump map that I need? And the normal, and then do I add the color to the height? Uh-huh. And then there's also the smooth. Why is it also showing on the side though? This one has to be napkin pattern. Then we also have to take a look at how rough this is. Not metallic. Wait, this is napkin pattern. I need the other one. This one. It should be pretty rough. Mortar size. Oh. Brick width. A little bit smaller than that. 0.8. Something like that. Or think that's also a pretty decent size. Can I actually displace it though? It's acceptable for now, I think. Of course, we can do better, but there's also this thing that annoys me. We mirrored it first and then we subdivide it. Do it the other way around. It looks better. Okay, then we're gonna do it that way. The bottom is kind of messed up though. We need some solutions for that. That's, I think that's the best way. How am I gonna... Let's see. Also, sorry, I was talking to Usetsurin before, but of course, Velvet Avian, thank you for following. Sorry, I got a little bit surprised with the raid and everything. But yeah, thanks for dropping by and dropping a follow. Much appreciated. I am usually gaming or 3D modeling on my channel, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. For 3D modeling, I'm currently busy with making assets for future scenes. Let's see. And besides that, I also do a little bit of 3D printing, although I haven't done that in a while. And for gaming, I tend to favor like Dark Souls kind of games, Darkest Dungeon, XCOM. Although lately we have been playing a decent amount of Enshrouded and Final Fantasy XIV. Let's see. Should I do the pattern here, or... I think it looks nicer if it's the pattern, right? So this is our excuse for a napkin holder now. Now I'm curious if we imagine if we do a loop cut over here, and then we're gonna grab this and then lower it. To make it a little bit more uneven. Then it would perfectly mimic that to the other side, right? But if we can use maybe, can we use the mirror mode to flip? No, we can't use the mirror mode to flip. Too bad. Would be nice if we could. But at least we have the illusion of it being like a wobbly kind of mess. Like this. And of course with this we can just add a metal to that, like a shiny chrome-like metal. We do need to, let's see, increase. I think we have to increase the roughness on that part of the object. So we got this one. You can just grab this, and then we go to this one, and then we just duplicate it and drag it like this. Delete the old one, put it in there. How do you open node groups again? Oh, there it is. So now, if I'm correct, if I change the color here, it should change the color for the entire object instead of only this side or only that side. So you don't have to manually do this anymore. Sweet, look at that. We can have fancy purple or dark red napkins. We are kind of missing the whole texture on this side. So how do I exit this one? Oh, I think it's this one. There we go. Texture. I think it would probably be best to actually have like a fiber rough paper texture and use that for as a texture to make it more realistic, because now it's like not textured at all, right? It's just red. We can do that later because that's not the point of this stream. We're not texturing, we're modeling. So let's turn all our objects on again so we can actually see what we've been making so far. Oh, nurse pad can remain off. Chopstick, bowls, desert bowl, soup bowl, salad bowl, soy sauce dish, ramen bowl, dinner plate, B&B plate, soup plate, side quarter plate. We don't have a rectangular flat plate yet, I think. Cheese plate, drink set. We have a mug. We have a cup. We have a sugar canister. Salt and pepper set. Wait, why aren't you? You're in the wrong group, buddy. You have to be over there. Then where are you? The problem is that, like, you have to keep an eye on where everything is. Is this glasses? No. Bottles. It should be here. It should. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is there. Okay. Never mind. It said nothing. It's. Why is it acting that weird? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I just have to grab it by the group. That's it. Did we have a shaker? Yes, we have a shaker. Do you have an ice holder? Not yet. We do have some coasters, but where is my coaster? There it is. We didn't make any glasses yet because we can do that later. We do have our fancy napkin design. Oop. Over there. And now we also have this one, our napkin holder, which you can also move. What happens if we rotate it? Nothing much. Okay. Let's see. We can, I think, remove this. We also had a cutting board. Where's our cutting board though? Yo, where's our cutting board? Oh, wait. Here it is. It's our cheese plate. Now I'm thinking what else to add. And I'm reminded of those, how do you call it? Things you put on under something that's hot. It's like also a type of coaster, but it's like more metallic grill style. So object, add a curve, a path. The path should not be that long. I think it should be like maybe 20 centimeters. Although that might still be a little bit on the big side. Measurement tape. This side to this side is 800. Hey, that's not correct. I want you to be 30. So 100 millimeters. I said the other way, minus 100 millimeters. Object mode. Let's see what the length is now. 200. Damn it, a little bit too short. Edit. Wait, can I just go to object mode? No. Yes, delete this. I want to grab that and then in the X 1.5 and then I thought Control A and then we apply the scaling, yes, and then we zoom in on this thing and we want to give it a profile, right? So we're gonna say it has, excuse me, extrude to one, but 0. Yeah, it can just be like a round circle thingamajig. But it does need filled caps at the end, so you can't look through it. It doesn't, yeah, it's not hollow. Okay, and since we have that, we can add an array, I think. And then we can turn that into the Y. And maybe we should do it too, so it leaves some space in between, right? 2.5. something like this. Then we duplicate this. What was it? Control D or Shift D? Oh, look at that. Add duplicates. Shift D, and then on the Z axis. And then I think we have to go 1.5 millimeters down. Right? Yes. And then we have to turn off the array for now. Uh-oh. What's happening? Why is it turning off for both? Oh, it's in edit mode. Ah, I'm an idiot. Can I go back? Yeah, I have to go into object mode and then duplicate the Z-axis. And then they say 2.5 minus like this. And I think what we have to do is lower this to 2. And then we have to, in object mode, rotate this by minus 90 degrees. And then move you up here. Put some space in between. Wait, instead of array, can I just use mirror on the y-axis, so that if I go into edit mode and I move everything, haha. Imagine, let's see, this should probably be, let's see, if in one direction it's 30 centimeters, then if you want to do it 30 centimeters in the other direction as well, this should be 7.5, maybe? Or minus 50 maybe. Like, you don't want it all the way at the end. There has to be some overlap all over the edge. So I'm thinking something like this. And then we go into object mode, grab the other one again, and increase the number. What we can do is slightly extend into this direction. See, it's a very simple little grid thing, but it looks nice, right? You can put a pan on there or like something hot, so it doesn't directly touch the fabric on the table or the table itself, so you don't get burn marks and that sort of stuff. And instead of calling this cutting board, let's call this the what is it, like a coaster for a pan? Coaster for hot pans. Yeah, they call it on Amazon. They just call it coaster for pans. Hot pot coaster. Yeah, I think they just call it hot pot coaster. Hot pot coaster. Okay, and then you can probably just say that what makes sense? What makes more sense? Top to bottom, bottom to top. I guess to place it down, it would make more sense to have this attached to that. Parent object. So if you move the bottom, it moves the top, pretty much. Just put you down here. Ta-da! It starts to look more and more like an actual decor. What else would be nice? Bottles. Fancy bottles. I think we can quite quickly make that. Hey! Welcome to the channel. How should I pronounce your name? Is it Deep Anchor or is it Deep Pankar? Like, which of the two is it? But yeah, welcome to the channel. We're 3D modeling today. Do you have any interest in that? Or are you trying to learn 3D modeling yourself? Second one. Okay, Deepankar. Alright, I'll try to remember that then. So I can actually pronounce your name correctly. But yeah, we're working in Blender today. And yeah, I'm also a beginner. I've just been teaching myself how to 3D model over, I think, the last 1.5 years or so, maybe 2 years. And this is what I'm making currently. I'm trying to make assets for an asset library. So in the future, if I am making a 3D scene, like a room or interior, I can just drop these kind of objects straight into the scene. So I don't have to keep remaking them. Which saves a lot of time, especially like if you want to make nice looking mugs, cups, sugar containers, bowls, plates, knives, forks, that sort of stuff. And now we also have some decorative, what do you call it, napkins, a napkin holder. We have like a cheese plate. We have coasters. We have now also a hot pan coaster. Which is, like, if you think about it, it's a very simple object, but hey, it saves some time not having to remake it all the time, right? So yeah, that's what we're working on. I can probably take... I should probably take this as a base and then duplicate it over here. And then I can make the bottle, I think. It's cool? Yeah, thank you. Hopefully we can make some very fancy looking stuff in the future with it. But the list is endless for these kind of things. If you want to build up your own library of commonly used objects. But eventually it's going to be bigger and bigger. Let's see, Y direction. So we're going to grab this and then we're going to drop it into the bottle one. And then we're gonna turn this into 180 degrees so it's halved. So you can actually see the profile of this shape. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a European. But I have some ancestry from Indonesia. Okay, I think For a bottle, you probably want to go up high. Something like this. And then subdivide. And then maybe extrude. Oh. Can I rotate this? Nope. Okay, what is the better way to rotate this? I think it's 90 degrees. Also, hi Duolingo. Can you make some tutorial videos? If I'm good enough at stuff, if you consider myself good enough, I'm taking that as a compliment. But yeah, I don't have any tutorials yet because I'm still learning myself, right? So what I worry about is that if I try to teach other people the stuff, what I'm making, that maybe I'm teaching you the wrong technique, right? So I want to be sure that I can actually properly make stuff before teaching it to other people. Nah, that doesn't look nice. We can extrude it like this. Then extrude again. But yeah, that's what I'm slightly worried about. So I haven't really done a lot of like tutorial stuff so far. But in the future, I think it would be a nice idea. Is there anything specific you'd like to learn for 3D modeling? Like, is it like the modeling itself, or like the textures, or like lighting or camera work? Like, what kind of stuff are you interested in? Let's see, let's subdivide and then I think that's pretty close to what a bottle looks like, right? I think. I want to learn all. Oh, that's gonna be a long road for you, buddy. Nah, I'm just kidding. There, it's like for Blender is what I've been told, and what I also found out myself is you're never finished with Blender. Like, there's always something new to learn. So if you want to learn it all, you gotta be learning for a very long time. But it's a good mindset to have. Okay, so we have a basic bottle shape. Not the most interesting shape, but it's a decent start, right? Can I subdivide this. I think it might be nicer to have like a steeper, how do you call it? Let's rotate this. Does this make sense? Sorta. It is a basic model shape, right? But we can like modify it later on to make it look more interesting. I am curious what it looks like if you have less detail to it. I was scrolling YouTube and I got your live recommendation. I created an account just to follow you. Hey, thank you very much, man. Make one like a wine or beer bottle. Oh, yeah. So that's something I'm planning in the future to make, like the beer can, or like, well, it's like soda can pretty much. And of course you can also make wine bottles. But this is like the base shape, like the smaller bottle, right? And the cool thing about Blender is you don't have to make everything from scratch. You can just duplicate like this. So now we put this one here. And if we want a different version of this bottle, we can just change these kind of shapes. For example, you can have this shape. And then we can duplicate objects again. And we can, let's see, what would be a good edit to this one? Something like this, maybe? And the cool thing, of course, is later on we can actually texture it. We haven't really textured any of this stuff at the moment, except for the napkin thing over here, as you can see. And we added like a little black spot over here, but the whole texturing thing we can do later. I am wondering, like, is this enough? Because of course we also need a bottle cap, right? Like we need something on top. Let's see, snap cursor to selected, and then add, I think what we want is probably just a normal cylinder. Is it cylinder? No, circle. And then let's say you want it to be 2 centimeter to 1.5. And then we're gonna move you upwards Ta-da. And then we go into edit mode and we're gonna make you a little bit smaller. Why are you not changing size? I think it would be nice if we could extrude. Downwards, yes. And then like this, and then extrude again. Then like that. And then I think what we can do is maybe bevel this. And there was a trick to this. If I do this and then do this, how do I pattern select this? Select similar amount of cutting edges, vertex creases, face regions, loose geometry. Next active, Shift Control Numpad plus. Shift Control Numpad plus. Okay, we should do that for the entire circle, like this. And then, can I scale it outwards? Doesn't want me to scale outwards, okay. Can I extrude this? Yes, but if I extrude it, I would only be... If I extrude this, that would only be lines, so that's not what we want. So what if we do this, and then do this, and then make it a circle? Then, let's see, can we scale that? Yes, but let's first extrude this, like downwards a little bit, and then scale it up. XYZ, normal. I think, was it subdivide? We also have to give it a thickness. That's a little bit too much. And it's also acting a little bit strange at the moment. Like there is a general shape, but it's not correct yet. There's something weird going on over here. So what happens if I were to loop cut this to 2? What about if it's 3? not exactly what I'm looking for. If we do it like this, what happens then? Like, part of the stream is also a little bit of experimentation, right? What's the effect of if I were to, for example, do Shift E on this? Okay, that looks promising. But now I also have to move these outwards. How am I gonna move these outwards? Because scaling is not working, right? Oh wait, what if we select this? Just select the entire face instead of... Orientation global. Local. Cursor. That's not it. How should I do this? How should I do this? What if we just turn off the solidifier, etc. stuff for a bit? Hey, maybe this is a good trick. Okay, so let's try it again. We do this, then we do this. It's starting to look more like a bottle cap already. It's not ideal yet, but... I think this neck bottle has to be a little thinner. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this, 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 and this, and then we're gonna move you inwards. I keep having the feeling that the either the cap is too big or the bottle's too small. Maybe this will Oh. I think that looks better, right? Make the cap have some height. Maybe, yeah. Let's take a look. I'm gonna grab this. Wait, let's turn this off again. So you can see what we're working with. And then... Oh. Okay. So... in case we... Okay, that's not it. We're thinking about... Oh wait, maybe that's also something. So this cap is pretty flat on the top side, right? So I think it also needs a little bit more... How do you call it? Roundedness? Face, and then select this, and then we do... Nope. Set, we do... Grid fill. Where's the grid fill? Grid fill. Now I have to look carefully that I'm actually doing this correctly. Like this. Then I'm gonna do this. Put this one on. Let's say sphere. So what happens if I move you upwards? And then I lower the value to, for example, 10. And then I move you down again. What does that look like? And then of course we have to turn this into 360 degrees. I think that looks better. Although maybe the top side of the cap has to be smaller. I mean, this, and this. If I scale that, then the entire object scales. Why? I think it works like this, right? Oh, wait, I know what it is. Okay, so we have to grab this one. Uh-huh. No, not in this direction. Okay, I want to select everything that's in between here. Select. Darn it. Select. That's not the inner region. What if I just do this and then plus? Yes. It's weird that when I move this order, everything moves up. That's not my intention. I just want to move the bottom part. Ah, it's because of this maybe. What about now? I think. It's better now. I hope so. There's still some doubt on my side. No, not this side. I don't want it this side. Also don't want to have it this side. I feel there's still something missing on the top side. Yeah, now there's like this like a valley profile at the top. I think that's better. Of course, there's also a different kind of cap you can have, like this is like the pressure cap, right? That you have to need a bottle opener for, but you also have the one where you twist to open it up. Although that might be pretty hard to make because you actually have to make they call it like the screw shape. you have to make the what do you call it, the grip profiles, I think. We can at least snap our cursor to the selected, and then we can make the cap. Where is it? The cap, the cap, the cap, the cap. We can add this over here, make it invisible. And then we can add another surface, curve, mesh, circle. I'm just gonna make it over here so it's simple, right? So the other one tends to look like this, then like this, and then sort of like this, usually. But now it's just flat, and that's not what we want. So I think what we have to do is do this. Then we're gonna inset individual, I think. Let's see, what does it do if I do this? Uh-oh. Shouldn't have selected the one at the top. This one. So let's see. I think our thing is to do it like this. But then the question is, do we extrude it? Like this. Or do we extrude it the other way around? Can we extrude inwards? Yes, we can extrude inwards. But it's not really looking that nice at the moment. I think we need a finer profile maybe. Would this be too much if I did it like this? It is like a hell of a lot of detail to suddenly add to just the bottle cap. Although the shape is relatively simple, right? Okay, so now that we have this, we can select. Oh, we should probably do this one as well. No, not this. Maybe bevel. No. So imagine we pick this, this, this. Can I... Selection pair, not pound. Ah! Like what I want is to do this and then do that for the entire circle, but I don't think they want me to do that. So imagine we just got this. Then, oh wait. Maybe we still have to do one at the bottom then. Over here. Then we extrude. No, we offset. And then we extrude. The question now is, do we bevel? I think we do. This looks like a pretty good cap, right? Like this is the grip thing on the side, so you can actually twist it. And then usually there's like a logo on top of it, which you can texture later. So we can just move this one. Wait, we can just move this, and then we should be able to align that, align objects only on the X and Y. So it's like perfectly on top of it. And then we still have to do a little bit of editing over here, make things look nice. Might have to subdivide that. Also, there's something weird clipping through. What's this thing? What's happening? I'm not sure where this shape is coming from. Let's go 180 view to see where it's coming from. It seems like something is folding into itself. I think it's the thickness of the glass. If we make it 3 millimeter, maybe that will help. Probably rotate like this. And now we go back to 360-degree circle. And now it looks like this. Ta-da! Then we can also turn on the bottle cap again. We have two types of bottles now. Well, it's like we have three basic shapes for bottles. And we have two tops for on the bottles, which you can just randomly apply however you want. There's also let's see, what bartenders usually use is where they have this special top attached to the bottle so they can hold it upside down and then fill a bottle with it. It's like a miniature faucet for a bottle. But if you think about it, then it's mostly just this cap on, for example, wait, let's duplicate this. Control D, no, Shift D. And then object, and then align objects. And the only thing that's different is that we snap the cursor to the selected, and then we add a tube pretty much. So it's like, let's add a path, and the path is like 10 millimeters. That's way too long, I think. Yeah, let's start with that. And then in edit, we rotate that thing. Can we? No, it doesn't want to. We rotate it up here then. Minus 90 degrees. And then what we do is we're gonna give it a thickness, like 2, for example. That's maybe. All right. And then we do it like this, and I think what we have to do is just make this longer. I think it's like this, right? Maybe not this bendy, but it's the idea. And then, of course, we have to give it a thickness, solidify, give it 0.5 millimeters. And I think it looks sort of like this, right? So they hold this bottle upside down and then put this one inside a glass so it it gets poured out. This way they don't have to keep like opening the bottles every time they want to pour a little bit. Though I'm not sure if they actually use this kind of setup or if they use a cork. That's maybe something we can do for the next time, is make a bottle version with the cork. and then attach this one to the cork instead of like the current like screw-on bottle. Also, I wanted to look at what it would look like if I lowered the detail. That's still fine. Looks decent. What if it's 6? If it's 6, it starts to look a little bit weird. So we're gonna go back to, what was it? 16. I think 16 is fine for these shapes. Oh, 15, 16. Makes it round enough to know what it looks like. Of course, we also need like the bigger bottles. We need like rectangular bottles. But I think I'm gonna do that probably next time. I think we streamed for a pretty long time today. Not as long as I originally thought I would, but still pretty decent. Let's see, the objects we made today is these two. We made the two napkin holders. We did a hot pot grid, and we did like 3 bottles and pretty much like 2 bottle caps for this stream. I think that's a nice haul. I have to do some investigation for the other objects, I think. Put this one at the bottles. Yeah, I have to look a little bit into the ice holder because I want to make it look cool. And then we also need like alternative bottle shapes and glasses and that sort of stuff. So we're gonna do that next time. I think we were productive enough. Tomorrow we're gonna play some Final Fantasy XIV. We're just gonna continue with our MSQs, the storyline. We are in Heavensward, and I think we're on 40% of the expansion. So I'm not sure how far we will make it tomorrow, but we'll find out. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday, I think, for more creative streaming, where we're just gonna continue working on this and add more objects. I think there's not much left, right? There's just the bottles and the glasses at the moment. I probably have to think about like what else I could add on top of this. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be going out. Let me see if we can rate someone on Twitch's side. Who is playing games or doing something creative? Let's see, let's see. Oh, hey, Nero's doing some art. Maybe you can drop by him. Let's do that. I'm gonna send you guys off to Nero. Hopefully he will be streaming for a very long time. He makes some very amazing art. Do check him out. I'll be sending the raid over there on Twitch's side. On YouTube, we don't have raiding unlocked yet, so we can't do anything on that side. But I hope to see you guys next time. See ya. Bye-bye.